It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey everybody, today I'm taking a look at one of the small Nestor Games abstract games, published of course by Nestor Games here. This one is called Niu. And in this one, it's sort of a tile laying game. It comes with all of these tiles here in black and in white. And you are playing these tiles out, trying to create a specific arrangement, a specific combination, and win the whole thing. As I said, the game is abstract. It's very tactical. It's very thinky. Let me give you a look at how this works. We'll come on back. I'll tell you if I thought this was a good one. Each player is going to start the game with a handful of tiles. You have all of these available to you, and what you're attempting to do is very simple. They all have patterns displayed on them. If you can create that pattern around that tile, you win the game. And that holds true for every single one of these tiles. So, for example, if I have this here, let's just throw some tiles out there, and I put one there, one there, one there, one there. I win the game. Because that tile has one in this direction, has one in that direction, has one in this direction, and one in that direction. Done. All right? This player, if they could play this, I don't know. Let's give them that there. And give them that there. And they could do this and that. And that, they also would win with that tile, of course, because it has one here, one there, one there, one there. So whoever gets to a winning situation first is the winner of the game. Game's over. So let's backtrack a little bit. Let me explain how this all works. So on the starting player's turn, they are going to play out a tile, any tile they want from their hand, all right? So let's say this player starts, they play that tile there. And then I play this here, and it is back to them. They are going to play... they're going to play there, like so. And of course, as you can see, as soon as you play a piece, as soon as you play the second piece, really, right away, every piece is not only supporting another one that might help them win, but could in itself easily turn into a winning condition, a winning tile. And so what tile you place, where you place it, its rotation, is all crucial, right? Like this tile, the way it's placed right now, could in itself be a winning tile, whereas if I place it like this, of course, it's already dead. That tile won't win based on itself. And so this is what you're attempting to do. Now, of course, I would play, let's say, here like so, and then it's back to my opponent. Now, let's take a look here at what these red tokens are for. As soon as I play there, I negate this winning condition, and the game gives you these tokens if you want to utilize to be able to quickly pinpoint what's no longer a worry for the opponent or for yourself. And so marking this tile would let us know that, hey, this tile's condition won't win. It can't. All right? So that's what the tokens are for. You can choose to play with them. You can choose to play without them. Once I've played there, it would be back to my opponent's go, and they are going to, I don't know, they're going to try to continue to win over here. I'm going to, now this is negated because they just covered a corner for me there. It goes back to me. I am going to have, I cannot play corner to corner, it has to be diagonal. So I might try to go, this is no good. I'll go here, that's all right. And this tile actually comes into play dead. And this goes back and forth until someone wins. It's possible that you run through all the tiles and no one's won yet. That's likely to happen. And at that point, then you are able to start moving tiles, as long as you don't break up the entire structure, and there's a couple of other very minor rules. And at that point, anyone who makes a winning condition by moving the tiles around will be the winner of the game. That's it. Not a lot of rules in this game, and I think just seeing just a couple of tile placements gives you an idea of how the whole thing operates. So let's go back up top. Let me tell you what I thought of this one. All right, so there you have it. I think from the overview, you're going to have a pretty good idea already if this is the kind of game you're going to like. I do want to mention a couple of things that I wish were better. I think the tiles and the construction on the tiles is a little lackluster, but I understand that, you know, nestorgames operates on a small budget, and I get all of that, so I can't really fault them for that very much. The look is clear, and it is easy to understand what is going on. It's easy to see this tile. This means that this tile is corner to corner from this one, that sort of thing. So that's clear. These tokens here are actually really nice quality tokens. I prefer playing without them because I just for my style of play, it's okay if someone makes a mistake and didn't see something that you know, I want them to have to worry about everything because they might make a mistake, I guess. I also don't like the way these look on the tiles either. I think it breaks up the homogeneous sort of vibe of the whole thing. But they're in there and you can use them if you want to. I think it makes the whole play experience a little bit easier because you can, you know, discount things. If you know they're covered up, you don't have to worry about it for its own category, for its own winning condition. Of course, it could help another tile win, which is another reason why I don't really like it, because once the token's on it, I kind of dismiss it. You can't really do that. So the game play itself, it's interesting being able to trap someone in a situation where you can place either, you know, one of two tiles and win anyway, and that's a good feeling. I enjoy being able to do that. I think the game allows for those moments. I do think there is lots of tactics here. It's highly tactical. You have all the tiles. You have lots of abilities and possibilities for combos, which is interesting in an abstract game. I don't usually think of an abstract game as a game filled with combos, but in this one, you kind of get that vibe, you know? But it feels to me, anyway, highly tactical. And that's all right, because I enjoy my abstracts tactical. You know, long strategy sort of abstracts are a little too rough to have to wrap my brain around. I want to be able to both have a plan, a little bit of a plan, but to need to be reacting to my opponent, you know. So the game feels pretty good. It's really thinky. Having all of these in your hand can, if you're playing with someone who has a little analysis paralysis, it's going to be a long game, you know. But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. It's not my favorite abstract, but it feels different than a lot of abstracts out there. This one is actually pretty outside the box for most abstracts. You know, it's not a X in a row. It's not a stacking style abstract. It's not a capture style abstract. It's, you know, not a connection even style abstract, connect one side of the board to the other. You know, this is something that's pretty different. And I like that. I think it's cool. I know that there are, and I don't know if these came from nestorgames himself, but I know that there's like a fancy version of this floating out there somewhere with, you know, laser cut plastic tiles or something. That I think would be very cool. And if you can find it, if you can afford it, then maybe that's one to shoot for. As it is right now, this is pretty cheap. That's all right. And the game is clever, though. It's interesting. It doesn't. It's a little slow for me, and so it takes a little bit to kind of cut to the quick. You know, to get going, I should say. It's easy to feel a little deflated at first. While you're first playing, you play a time, you go, ooh, and then your opponent plays somewhere where they block it immediately. And you go, okay, well, that one's not going to win. Play here. Ooh, okay, you played. That one's not going to win. So it takes a little bit to sort of build to the point where you can be like, oh, well, you know, if I play over here, they got to block me there, and they pretty quickly have to block me over here because I could win with the other one. So it takes some time to build to that. That's, I think, my main, not criticism, but the main thing that for me makes it not an abstract that I'm going, woo, I cannot wait to play this more. I enjoyed it. I think it's good. I would recommend you check it out. There's nothing wrong with it. The vibe for me is very original, really stands out from other abstracts, a little slow, and too easy to get that deflated feeling where you just keep getting smacked down. And combining those two things, I'm sort of settled somewhere in the middle on this one. I enjoy it, just not one of my favorite abstracts. But hey, it might be one of your favorite abstracts, so I would recommend you check it out. Pretty cool, pretty original stuff here, so that is Need You.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.